Started from the 1814 event that's coming up in August.
Right.
We were talking about log cabins and how to build log cabins cost effectively in that sense. Unfortunately, in this day and age, especially in Canada, it's not necessarily cost effective to build one. So we, as a group here at Compass, we tossed around a few ideas of how we could do it, and then it just kind of clicked in my brain. It's like, wait a minute, I saw a pop bottle building when I was in Guatemala. And so it's an eco-reserve just outside Guatemala City, done by a friend of mine, and his organization is called G22. And so they had a few horses on hand for, like pony rides and trail rides and all that sort of stuff. And so he showed us the stable where these 3 horses were being kept, and it was completely out of pop bottles. Well, not completely. So the sides and the structure of the building were out of pop bottles, and the roof was actually done out of drink boxes. So it was a great way to use materials. So Guatemala is a good example. They don't have a recycling program there, so you have a lot of plastic material, a lot of plastic bottles going to the dump. So his thought was there must be other ways of reusing these materials that would otherwise go to the landfill, and especially in Guatemala, or a country that doesn't have an excellent recycling program. So he and his partner built a stable, and then he had plans to build other structures as well out of pop bottles. So I thought that would be a good introduction and a good kind of combination between historical education as well as environmental education, so you can show that you don't need to have traditional resources to build a building. There's actually a lot of materials that are readily available that you can create small structures with. So pop bottles would be a good example, and then you can lay them down sideways together, and that would give the impression of a log, and then paint it with WOC-free paint or eco-friendly paint to kind of give it that impression. So you're combining modern ecological practice with historical reality in a sense. But basically, for me, I think even though we're collecting pop bottles for this structure, I think it will show that you can use different materials. You can use recycled materials. You can use anything that you have on hand to build a structure. It's something simple as a shed in your backyard, or to house your bikes, or something like that. So it's just showing a different way of doing things. You don't always have to run out to purchase a set or a kit. The environmental advantage to this is obviously landfill, less stuff going to landfill. Recycling, as easy as it is for us, does have a cost associated with it. And even right now, the province of Ontario is looking at legislation to change the impact of the cost has on municipalities and residents as well, right? So here's another way to divert the waste, make it into something practical, long term. I mean, plastic has a long life to it, so it'll be around definitely for a few years before anything happens or it starts to degrade. So yeah, in that sense, it's avoiding landfill, and it's actually just kind of fun to be creative with the materials that are made available to you.